So I have been watching this whole Gabbie Hanna drama unfold, and it has been insane. Let's get into it.
All you hear is gossip. Man, all I hear is gossip. Yeah, man, call it gossip.
Now, trigger warning, I just want to let you know that we're going to talk about some things that are really serious, and, you know, some people get really triggered when it's about sexual assault, so this will be touching on that as one of the biggest issues that's been going on. Now, if you don't know who Gabbie Hanna is, she rose to kind of stardom, if you will. She became a Vine star. She was in Vine a lot and kind of transitioned over to YouTube around the time that everybody was transitioning over to YouTube because, you know, Vine died at some point. And she had some problematic Vines. Watch this.
I love running through black neighborhoods with my shirt off. I'm gonna steal all of your baby daddies.
Okay, we're not even going to get into that, but, like, homegirls, yeah, I did not like that Vine at all. But, okay, so she appeared a lot with Jessi Smiles, among many other people. Like, I was surprised to see Liza Koshy, David Dobrik. Like, they all kind of were. She was part of Block Squad. So, you know, you would see them frequently in the Vine videos. And, you know, it was clear that her and Jessi were best friends. Now, there's another Viner called Curtis Learpoor. And him and Jessi shared flirtatious kind of videos in the summer of 2013, and they decided to do like a very public meetup. It was face-to-face, but they also invited everyone to join them, other users, in Manhattan's Washington Square Park. And this is all recorded. There's, you know, their first meet, he comes with flowers, and then a few weeks later, she goes to meet him in LA. She's based in Florida, and this is when everything went down. So basically, while she was out there, they broke up. I think, well, not to add my opinion because we don't know, but like, maybe they just realized it wasn't going to work out. But she decided to stay a couple days to shoot a video, and while shooting a video, she had a concussion, and he offered to kind of help her out through this. And basically, she was sleeping and woke up to him on top of her. And this, you know, the next day she posted a tweet about being careful who you trust and things. I mean, clearly she was probably, you know, just at a loss, basically. Like, anyway, so he was accused of rape and he was arrested in October for this. And he had his side of the story, of course, and I haven't even bothered, but basically he was like, don't judge to judgment. He tried to kind of defend himself, of course. But yeah, so there was a lot of drama surrounding it because, you know, it's so frustrating because when you have any other crime happen, you don't accuse the victim. In this instance, people were accusing Jessi apparently of lying, is what I understand, and we're siding with Curtis. And I'm assuming that Gabbie didn't want to, because she has mentioned this, and she's made a response, and she mentioned that, you know, maybe she's being manipulative in this because, you know, everybody's coming out saying how manipulative she is. But she mentions that she has no way of knowing that it happened, and there was no mention of it whatsoever. And so, you know, because people were questioning it, she didn't know if there was any truth to it. But at the same time, it's like, this is such a huge thing for your friend to be going through. Like, no matter what, I don't think it should have been a question of who you're siding with. Now, Gabbie's denying that she ever, you know, collabed with Curtis. And I mean, to be honest, there's no surprise that she's trying to cover herself and say that she never was friends with him and that she didn't even say what Jessi said in her video. And if you haven't seen, I'll just insert it really quickly here.
One of the most disgusting parts of all these messages to me. Number one, you lied. He didn't call you. You hung out with Curtis's friends. Curtis was there. This is what you told me. He pulled you to the side and he told you that. He told you, I'm so sorry I was mean to you. I can't believe what Jessi did to you. Trying to get on your side. That part's true, but it happened in person. And the reason why I remember it happened in person is because you told me. I'm getting like really worked up and really fucking annoyed. I'm sorry. Gabbie told me when I communicated to her. This was after we had stopped being friends. But even though we had stopped being friends, one of the things that I believe you never do, even if you hate someone now, is hang out with their rapist and his friends. So I was hurt and I told Gabbie, this is fucked up. Like, I'm really hurt. And she defended herself when all of this happened, and she said, I was hanging out with his friends. I wasn't hanging out with him. He just so happened to be there and he pulled me to the side. I didn't intend to talk to him, whatever. And I communicated with her and told her how much that hurt me. And that was the point where she told me something like I will literally never fucking forget, because I cannot believe like till this day that she would say something like this. She said, Jessi, Curtis's friends didn't rape you.
The thing is, Jessi, I've liked Jessi. I've stumbled upon her videos here and there. I haven't like consistently followed her, but I always felt when I was watching her that she was being super genuine. And even in this video, you could just feel how hurt she was when she said these things. And man, my heart goes out to her, especially because you go through like two traumas. Like, first of all, this happens, and then someone who's supposed to be really close to you sides with the guy. Like, what? Yeah. Now, Gabbie Hanna to me has always been like a bit problematic. I remember when the brush incident happened, and just if you don't know, quick backstory, she promoted this company that was a tad shady. The company said that the brushes were worth $80 and they were being sold for $0. You just had to pay shipping and handling, which came out to be pricey for some people. And a lot of people didn't even get their brushes. And then when some people that did get it were like, what? These are like not quality brushes. And Gabbie's response to everything was kind of like, you guys need to manage your expectations rather than taking responsibility. Like, it was very clear that she, was just kind of backing anything that, made her more money. So she came across to me as kind of like a bit of a social climber. She didn't care who she took down in the process. So it doesn't surprise me that people kind of drop around her, like are no longer friends with her. There have just been so many problematic incidents. I mean, there was a video that she made and monetized about a girl at her high school who died from a drug overdose. And like, she was called out on this because she like did not have a right to share this story. It was not her story to share. On top of that, she's been accused of stealing jokes. She's been accused of like stealing someone's man. And she's just like, she just has questionable behavior all around. Yeah, I mean, she just seems to, either complain, be shady, just be rude to people who she felt has ever wronged her. And it's clear by the way that she talks about Jessi in the video that she inserted when she's like trying to talk about a mystery person, and she's literally calling Jessi Smiles crazy, like insane asylum crazy, like, come on. Exactly. So she's, she feels like she has a right to like disrespect this person, which is like not okay. And Gabbie seems to like just be a destructive person all around and very kind of controlling and manipulative. And yeah, it's just problematic. It's just, I'm so glad that Jessi Smiles came forward and brought this out, because people need to see her for the person that she is. She's just problematic. And what bothered me a lot, like there were so many things, and I've already mentioned some things that really kind of were like, wow, like this is not okay. What bothered me as well, so on Twitter, Deanna, a fan of Jessi and a previous fan of Gabbie, said, I think a lot of people forget or don't know that Gabbie Hanna chose a rapist who admitted and wrote/signed a confession to the cops over her then best friend, who was the victim, and didn't just do it privately but publicly. That's always bothered me. So Gabbie decided to message Deanna, and this is what triggered Jessi to release a video, because she was like, this is just not okay. In the messages, basically, to summarize it all, Gabbie used it as an opportunity to discredit Jessi and to make her seem as if she was crazy, even though the messages that she even shared were kind of like nice messages, which it was strange that you would use that as a way to discredit her. But one of the biggest issues was her using the fact that she uses medication. I think it was antidepressants or something. I mean, whatever. She uses medication, and she was using that to discredit her or to make her seem crazy, which is just like, wow, how low can you go? Like, I'm so disgusted that she would do this, especially since she says herself that she suffers from these things. And I mean, are you really a mental health advocate? Are you really? Or are you just there for the buck? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like she's only around for something that either seems trending or like a way to make money of it, not as someone that truly understands and relates to this sort of issues, because you would never, if you did, you would never ever use it to put someone else down or to make someone else seem crazy or not okay. I'm just kind of so bothered by this. I'm so beyond bothered by this. But yeah, so at some point, and Deanna wasn't even asking for all of these things. Like, she just kind of went on and on and on. And this is the thing with Gabbie. She did this on her response. It's like these long, drawn out messages that don't take any accountability and just make her the victim over and over and over. And it's just like so problematic. And she says that her reasoning for messaging Deanna was to understand why she would say something like that, especially since there was quote unquote no proof. And Deanna shared this with Jessi just because she had a feeling that she was being manipulated, like there was something strange. And Jessi made the video. Now, can you believe that Gabbie has switched this around to now make Deanna seem manipulative, which has, hurt Deanna and made her, it triggered her PTSD. So she has mentioned on her Twitter that she's like really struggling with this, and people have, being generally messed up or even kind of taunting her with this, which really sucks. I'm really sorry that she's going through this. But not only that, the reason why we know that Gabbie Hanna was calling her manipulative was because she was messaging another girl, and this time a 15-year-old girl who was just trying to get her to speak up. The girl was basically like, respond to this, why aren't you responding? And Gabbie responds with these like long drawn out essays that of course don't take accountability, and also kind of trying to make her seem like the victim once again. So to be honest, people, this is a girl that should not have a platform. She is toxic. It's just, there's so many things that it's clear that she can't be trusted. She doesn't have any morals. Or maybe that was too much of our expectations. We needed to manage our expectation with her as an influencer. She never said that she had morals, right? Jesus. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to end it here because she's responded, but it hasn't cleared up anything. It's just a way for her to deny everything. I was going to discuss it, kind of read through it a bit, but ultimately there's no point because there's nothing in there that really kind of brings anything to light, really. I felt like I had wasted my time after reading that whole drawn out essay. I will post it here, just if you're curious to know what it said, but she just feels a need to make people feel for her, and it's really, she just needs to stop because it's not helping her case at all. It's making her seem just even more problematic, continually problematic. Man, anyway, that is it, you guys. I'm really sorry that, we're touching such a serious topic, because even I myself am having like difficulty just talking about it, just because, of all the things that